What's up, boys and girls? This is Miss Galvin, and I will be teaching your third recorded lesson during map testing. Today, you'll be learning about a new type of text structure. This text structure is called description. So just like last week, take out your reading journal and go ahead and write description at the top as well as today's date. Our learning target today is I can understand what description is as it relates to a text. And you will know you are successful when you can give examples on how the text is describing a topic. So if you need to pause this video at any time, please do so that you can record notes in your journal. All right, so we're going to start this lesson off today by looking at the picture being shown. You don't need to write this down, but in your head, I want you to describe what you see going on. I know I see a frog with labels, and these labels are identifying important characteristics of the animal, such as his head, the eardrum, the leg, the mouth, the eyes. So if you said the picture being shown is describing the parts of a frog, then you are correct. This picture shown is giving us details and information about the important parts of a frog. So last week, we learned about 3 text structures: cause and effect, compare and contrast, and sequence. Today, you will be learning about another type of text structure called description. Let's remember that a text structure is merely the way the author organizes the text for the reader. So you might be thinking, hey, Miss Galvin, what is description text structure? A description text structure organizes a text by describing a topic, idea, person, place, or thing. The author describes the main topic by listing features, characteristics, or examples in the text to help you better understand and picture the information being relayed. Some signal words or clue words that we can look for in a text to help us identify description text structure are, for example, for instance, specifically, in particular, in addition, and many more. Before we begin reading the passage, I want you to pause the video and draw the graphic organizer shown. This graphic organizer, which some of you may already know, is called a web. A web is a common graphic organizer that is used when reading passages that have a description text structure. We use webs to organize important information so that way we can visualize it better in our minds. Now that you have drawn the web in your reading journal, you will notice that there is one circle in the center of your organizer. You will also notice that this circle has legs leading to multiple surrounding circles. In the center circle, we will write in what the text is describing. So what our topic of the text is. In the surrounding circles, we will write in important information or details about the main topic that we want to remember. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin reading the passage. Please follow along with me as I read. The United States of America contains 50 states. It is the home of more than 300 million people. The entire country spans over 3.6 million square miles. The climate of the United States varies. Temperatures in the southern part of the country are warmer than in any other region. This is because the southern region is closer to the equator. Scorching heat can be found in Louisiana, Texas, and Nevada. The coldest states are in the northern part of the country. It is not uncommon for some of the northern states to receive more than 20 inches of snow. Citizens of the northern states often must deal with bone-chilling temperatures below 0 degrees. There are many religions and cultures in the United States. Additionally, a variety of languages are spoken. The United States is often referred to as a melting pot of people. Because of its unique culture, the United States of America is a popular place to live, as well as a growing tourist destination. Now that we have read the text, we're going to go ahead and answer the first question, which is asking, what is being described in the text? All right, so now I want you to think about what was this whole passage describing? We learned about the population, the climate, the area, and many other important details about a specific place. All right, so let's go ahead and see if you were right. If you said the United States of America is being described in the text, then you were correct. Notice how I restated the question into my answer. Now that we know the United States of America is the main topic of this text, we can go ahead and fill in the center circle of our web. Like we said, the main topic that was being described in this passage was the United States of America. So in the center circle of your web, you should have written the United States of America. All right, so now we can go ahead and move on to our second question, which asks, how is the USA being described? Give as many examples as you can. So I want you to go ahead and pause this video and try to find as many examples of important details about the USA that the author described to us in the text. All right, so looking back at the text, I underlined several examples of evidence that prove how the USA is being described. In red, I underlined the United States of America contains 50 states. In orange, I underlined it is the home of more than 300 million people. In yellow, I underlined the entire country spans over 3.6 million square miles. In green, I underlined temperatures in the southern part of the country are warmer than in any other region. In blue, I underlined the coldest states are in the northern part of the country. In purple, I underlined there are many religions and cultures in the United States. And lastly, in pink, I underlined additionally, a variety of languages are spoken. So here are several examples of how the USA was described in the text. Now that we know this important information, we can fill in our web. Let's remember that our main topic of the text is at the center circle of our graphic organizer. Now we are going to fill in the surrounding circles with the important details that describe the USA. Now that our graphic organizer is complete, you should have a web that has many important details describing the United States of America. You can refer back to this web for a quick way to visualize the descriptive information that you learned today about the USA. Now our language focus today is irregular plural nouns. Our learning target for today is I can understand what an irregular plural noun is. You will know that you are successful when you can take a noun and make it plural. Don't forget that we are focusing on irregular plural nouns. So last week, we learned the rules of plural nouns. We learned when to add an S and an ES to a noun to make it plural. Irregular nouns do not follow these rules. Irregular nouns require changing how we spell the plural noun in other ways besides adding an S or ES to the end of the word. For example, in the picture shown, if we wanted to turn the noun man into a plural noun, we would change man into men. Now notice how the entire word changed. We didn't add an S or an ES. We changed that whole word. So let's look at another example. In the picture shown, there's a picture of a tooth. If I wanted to change this noun to a plural noun, then we would change tooth into teeth. Again, notice how instead of adding an S or an ES to the end of the word tooth, the entire spelling of this word changed. So these are examples of irregular plural nouns. Now we're going to practice our irregular plural nouns. So in your journal, if you need to flip your page, then please do so. And at the top, please title your page Irregular Plural Nouns, as well as today's date. I then want you to number your paper 1 through 5 and pause this video to write each sentence using the correct irregular noun. When you have finished writing, you may resume watching the video to review your answers. All right, so let's go ahead and review our answers. I will read each sentence with the correct irregular plural noun. Please make sure that you correct any sentences that you may have gotten incorrect. All right, so number 1. There were 5 men working on the old car. So the correct irregular plural noun there would be men. Number 2. I can see one person dancing on the stage. The correct irregular plural noun here would be person. Number 3, at night, we can hear all of the mice running around. The correct irregular plural noun is mice in this sentence. Number 4, the bus was full of children heading to the zoo. The correct irregular plural noun here is children. And lastly, number 5, a cute little goose follows me around the pond. So the correct irregular plural noun in this sentence is goose. All right, so please make sure that you have corrected any sentences that you may have gotten incorrect. I hope you all enjoyed today's lesson. It is now time for you to navigate over to your Reading Google Classroom to work on your independent work. I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful map testing week. Great job so far.